What's up guys, today's episode of How to Win is going to be looking at one of the biggest things that you can do to improve in general, and that's going to be using your brain and asking yourself why. Now I also have a really important announcement at the end of this video, and I'm going to be giving some stuff away as well, so make sure you check that out, and I'll also put a timestamp in the description. Now League is a game with two sides, so you have your mechanics on one side and then knowledge or kind of strategy I guess on the other. Now in reality the most simple way to describe this whole thing is that you need the knowledge to decide what is the right play, and then you need the mechanics to actually do it, so you can kind of see that you need both of these sides to succeed. So why do I think asking why is so important? Well, it really boils down to the fact that every action in League has a reaction or a consequence, and so you should have a reason for doing everything that you do in a game. Now a really simple example is, should I freeze a lane or should I push? Now not everyone is going to know the correct answer to this, but this is when asking yourself why comes into play. Now by asking yourself, well, why would I freeze right now? You make yourself think about it and will make an informed decision that's better than just pushing because you have no idea. Now there are a lot of different ways that you can kind of use this theory to improve your game, but I'm going to focus on three of them. So watching your past games, watching other people play, and actually doing something while you're in game. So if you've ever watched one of my commentaries or watched me or some other people stream, then you'll see that we kind of have an internal monologue. So we're always talking about what we're trying to do and why we want to do that instead of something else. Now this is basically gifted to you. You don't need to ask why or figure it out because someone else is telling you what the right thing is, and then the only thing you need to remember to do is actually do it in game. Now this isn't the case with every streamer, and especially not the LCS streams. I've actually talked about this next part about 6 months ago in another video, so if you remember that, well I guess thank you for watching my stuff for so long first of all, but I'm just going to briefly cover it because it's so important now. So everything a pro player does is for a reason, and because they are the best of the best, you can safely assume that what they are doing is the right play, and then that lets you ask why and figure out why they're doing what they're doing so you can take it into your own games. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So when one team takes Dragon, the kind of questions you want to ask are why are they doing Dragon right now, and why are the other team fighting or not fighting for it. Now LCS streams are great for the objective side, but they don't really improve your decision making in a lane as much because you're looking across the whole map, and that's really where player streams come in. So there are two kind of sides of this. Either you can watch someone like my brother Foxdrop, Huz or me and have certain plays explained to you or ask questions in chat about why we did something, or if you prefer to watch pro players like Odd1 or Bjergsen who don't tend to commentate, then you can ask yourself why they are doing what they are. Now secondly, you can start to do things when you're actually in game. Now a lot of people play on autopilot where they kind of just do what feels comfortable because it normally works out, but that's not really the way you improve as a player. Now what I mean by autopilot is, say that you fight mid lane, it works out, you pick up a kill, that's great, but if the same situation happens again, you don't know why you won, so you might not win it again. Now on the other hand, if you have this internal monologue, then you're actively thinking, okay, all of his damage is on cooldown, so let's fight. Oh look, I pick up a kill, that's great, so next time his stuff is on cooldown, I'm gonna fight him again. Now this is very similar to the internal monologue that I talked about earlier when you watch certain streamers. Now doing these commentaries have improved me as a player for the exact reasons I made this video, so I know that it works from first-hand experience. Talking out loud forces you to think about what you're doing because you may do something you always do, but you've never really thought about why you do it and why it works so well. Now if you play somewhere like a university or in your living room with your family around, then you probably don't want to talk out loud because they're gonna think you're a bit crazy, and that's not really a good thing in general. Now if you're in a room on your own and there's no one around, then talking out loud actually really helps you. It will take some getting used to, but it's the easiest way of forcing yourself to think. Now you can obviously just do this in your head, or maybe just ask yourself why if you aren't sure about a particular thing if you don't always want to do it. I will give you some common examples on the kind of things you should be asking yourself why to get you started. So for the lanes, bot, mid and top, do I want to freeze or do I want to push? Well, freezing lets me zone from CS and experience and all in if they come close, but pushing means that if I have range, I can poke under turret, they can't attack me back, and they might lose some CS to the turret. So for the jungler, which lane do I gank and why? Well, bot lane has a Leona and that's 2 stuns, so it's more likely that I get a kill there than if I gank a Nidalee mid who can just run away. Now these are things you might do already on autopilot, but by thinking about them it's going to improve your ability to make the right choices in future games where it isn't so obvious. Now the final one is something most people won't do because it's kind of boring, and that's just recording your games and looking back at them. Now this is more of a why did I do that instead of doing this, and learning from your mistakes rather than watching someone on stream who is always making the right choice already. Now you can record games with things like Bandicam, OBS or LOL Replay, and then just simply watch yourself and see what you do. Ask yourself things like, why did I trade at that point when they still had their cooldowns rather than waiting until after they'd used them, or again I could have frozen the lane but instead I pushed. Now the advantage of seeing yourself doing these kind of bad plays, I guess, is that you'll be a lot less likely to do them again in your future games. Okay, so now's the big announcement. So I'm now partnered with Phoenix, which is a company that make great gaming peripherals. Now I've been using their stuff for about a month now, and I honestly really like their products, otherwise I wouldn't be recommending them to you guys. Anyway, so for the good part, because of the partnership I now have, I'm able to give some stuff away, and today I'm going to be giving away one of their keyboards, which you can see on screen. Now all you have to do to enter is like this video, like myself and Phoenix on Facebook, and then just comment on a post I will make on my Facebook page right at the top about why you want to win. I'll be doing these giveaways 3 times a month, so overall you'll have plenty of chances to win. I'm going to put the links in the description below. Good luck, and I'll see you in my next video.